I got 3 salary revisions in my first year of job. That means my salary was revised 3 times in a span of 1 single year. And the reason? Absolutely these skills. After our schooling years, we spend most of our educational or learning time into being specialized in some certain skill. We choose our graduation, our certifications, our coachings accordingly to be specialized into something. But there exists some very generic skills that can make a whole lot of difference in your career growth. These timeless skills existed 5 years back as well. They are existing now, and they'll exist and thrive in the near future as well. So the timeless skills that I'm talking about are your Excel skill, email writing skill, and PPT skills. Now there is a lot to learn in all these 3, but today I'll tell you what exactly you have to learn in all these 3 skill set or tools. I really encourage you all to work on these skills, because if you put them on your resume, if you put your expertise into these skills on your resume will definitely get weightage among rest of the resumes. Let's see what those functionalities are, and we'll be starting with the rockstar skill, which is MS Excel. So the formulas or functionalities that you need to learn in Excel is the number 1, VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is an amazing formula that you'll be using the most. If you happen to use Excel in your job, you will use VLOOKUP the most in corporate job, and it is so helpful. It helps you to refer data across the sheets. Like if you have, say for example, only employees name in one Excel, but you have the other details like their salary details, their last appraisal details, or say their address and stuff like that in separate Excel, you can all fetch that into one sheet with the help of this formula. There's a lot you can do with it, so once you start learning it, you will get to know what exactly it is. So here I'm not giving you any kind of tutorials of the functionalities that I'm mentioning. Tutorials are available in abundance over internet, so you can help yourself. I am here to tell you what to learn, so that it's easy for you guys to start with, because half the time students don't know what actually they have to learn or to start with. So I'm here doing that job. You have to then put effort and figure out the tutorials and educate yourself. Next very interesting and important formula or functionality is pivot table and charts. The same thing, it helps you to fetch the information in meaningful way, and then pivot charts help you to represent in a very aesthetic and appealing way. And these formulas, VLOOKUP and pivot table and charts, will be very helpful for students who are aiming for the profiles like data analyst, business analyst, program management, project management, or even sales and marketing. So these functionalities are used a lot, even HR. So every role which has something to do with the business, where they are responsible to represent the data to business, where they have to derive the meaningful results out of the data from whatever source available, then these functionalities are really important. Apart from that, also regular job profile students can also try their hands on it. It is such a valuable skill. Once you mention that you have knowledge on this skill set or these functionalities, you automatically get an edge above others, because there's a lot of work. Once a fresher joins, companies can't deploy you directly into the projects, but if they know that you have a really good skill set for Excel and email writing and PowerPoint, they assign you to other kind of projects, which gives you visibility in the organization, because you will be working or assisting some senior person, or you will be helping some team. So it helps you a lot in many ways. So don't think that it is not relevant to you. It is universal and timeless. Next on the Excel list is conditional formatting. So this really helps you to format the data which qualifies a certain condition. For example, there is a long list and there is a chance that there are duplicate values in that. So you can really format the whole data, and then the duplicate values will be highlighted in the particular format that you choose. So it really helps you to sort out the data and to see the real thing behind it. So next on the list is very simple feature, or I don't know whether to call it a feature or not, because it is such a small thing, but yes, it is a feature only. So next is transpose. When you paste special, in fact the functionality of paste special in Excel itself is very important, but in that there is a functionality called transpose. So that is very usable. You'll get to use it a lot once you join corporate or you are doing something with Excel. What it does is, say for example, you have some data which is written horizontally, like you have a name of somebody, then you have date of birth, or it is written horizontally across the Excel sheet, but you want it vertically, like employee name, date of birth, address, everything goes vertically. So if it is like a small data, 3-4 columns, then it is not a problem, you can do it manually. But imagine if you have 1,000-line data and you have to do it manually, it will be a disaster. You will spend your entire day doing same thing, and this formula can help you do that in not even a second, a fraction of second. So it is very important to know these little functionalities, because they help you get to use this functionality a lot more than there are. I know there are thousands and tons of formulas available in Excel, but you get to use them a lot more. There is one formula in Excel called if formula. It is as same as what we studied in our computer science classes in C and C++ language. So you'll find it very easy to learn, so you can try your hands on that as well. It will be fun to try that out because you know the concept of it. Okay, so now moving on to our second timeless skill, and that is the email writing skill. Though email writing is a very vast discussion topic, but today I want to highlight only 2 factors that you should keep in mind while writing an email inside a corporate organization. See, there is a lot of difference between how you communicate something while talking and how you communicate the same in writing. There's a lot of difference. If you know somebody and the person is in touch with you on day-to-day basis, speak to you on day-to-day basis, they can read the message in the same way with the same intention you have written it. But for the people who are not in your touch, or are, say for example, are your clients or are in management role, or don't get to see you, have never met you, they can't really get the vibe of that message if you don't write it in a certain way. A simple message can convey a very different tone to the person who's receiving it. You might have written it assuming a simple tone or a neutral tone, but it can sound offensive or rude to the person who's receiving. Especially in today's time when we all are working from home, we are connected remotely, we don't get to meet and see each other, we don't get to hear each other. In this situation, if you happen to join any organization, you are a remote employee, nobody have met you so far, nobody have seen you so far, and you have to write to them. And so it's very important for you that you double check, triple check your email, that it shouldn't sound rude or offensive in any way. If required, put a word or 2 extra, which is like positive and assertive, which makes it, or which gives it a feeling of humbleness. The reason why I am emphasizing on this is because whenever we hired fresh graduates from colleges or through off campus, their first few months, the kind of emails they wrote were horrible. They were writing emails as if they are chatting with their friends. There was no professionalism in the emails, the words they picked. They simply wrote in a way how they would chat with their friends. Say for example, they want to say, I don't know, in response to an email, they want to convey that they don't know about the stuff. So they would just write, I don't know. That's not how you respond. It's a very offensive response when you get this response from somebody. You have to elaborate it, what happened, why you don't know, and if you have to even tell as simple as I don't know statement, you have to put it in a certain way. You have to put it like, this is not in my knowledge. If you have more details about the same, please share. It will help me understand the context better. So this was just one simple example. You have to ensure every single time when you hit that send button of an email, you have to double check what you have written in your mail. If required, put assertive words here and there. There is no harm in making it sound over positive or over assertive than making it sound rude. Okay, so now second factor in email writing, which is very important, is writing email as in record proof. In corporate world, it's very important that you know how to put a verbal conversation with someone on a email as a proof. because a lot many times it will happen with you that somebody came to you for some work and assigned it to you verbally, and you will assume that if somebody walk up to you and have asked you to do some work, you are supposed to do. Mostly freshers think that way, but that might not be the case. You should always seek guidance from your manager. If somebody else has assigned you something to work on verbally, be very careful. That is like a red flag. Always involve your manager and ask him whether you're supposed to do that work or not, because tomorrow it can happen that the same person can come back and tell, I never asked him to do that. What's the proof? So it's very important that you know how to take those verbal conversations to email. A simple solution to this situation is send an email to that person who has asked you to work on something, stating that as discussed. Start the email with as discussed, so that it acts as a proof. The person reading it knows that you have discussed the topic. So start it as discussed. I am starting to work on so and so project, and as per your instructions I am supposed to complete. Then put information in bullet points whatever he has asked you, and then in the end very politely put a line that please let me know if I have missed something, because if I have, I'll just take a note of that and it will act as a reminder for me that I finish all these tasks. Did you see how simple it was? Now it does not matter whether that person respond to this email or he does not respond. In any of the case, now you are not liable, because you have already notified him that whatever you have asked me to do, I'm starting to work on that. Tomorrow if you are stuck in some audit and if somebody asks you why you did this or why you did that change, you have that email as proof. So this one is really important, guys. Even if you have to escalate something, if you are in some trouble and you want to reach out to HR will be able to help you only when you have the required proofs with yourself. If you don't have any required proof, they will also be in a helpless situation because they don't know whom to trust. So it's very important that you have all this habit in practice. Whenever you feel or sense something fishy, just put it on an email and you are safe. Okay, so now moving on to our third and last timeless skill, which is Microsoft PPT. Once you know how to fetch the data, fetch the information out of data in your Excels, then it's time to represent the data to higher management, and for that you need Microsoft PPT. So again, there's a lot to learn, but to make an impact and to start with, you can start with the following by learning following features. And the number one is learn to create slide master view. So what this does is there will be one single slide which will act as a master slide. Whatever information you put in that slide will then further reflect in rest of the slides. For example, you have 40-50 slides and there is a repetitive information which needs to be put in each of that slide. So you can't go and put 40-50 times the same kind of information. So once you put that common information on the master slide, it will reflect for the rest of slides in the background, and then on top of that you can put the further information that you want to highlight as per the slide, which changes with every slide. Second, you can learn how to embed an external link to your PPT. The external link can be of a YouTube video link, or it can be a link of video which is present in your computer. So learn how to embed those links into your PowerPoint. It will create a mini screenshot of that video on the slide, and once you click there on the slide, it will then play directly from your PowerPoint. So that's also very important feature. And the third feature that you can learn is practice data tables. Now these are a very effective way of presenting the data into PowerPoint, where you can create tables, organize them and present them in a certain way. So try your hands on that. And the last feature that I want to suggest is learn to use smart art inside the PPT. This is an amazing feature. They have inbuilt hierarchies, processes and funnels that you can use and represent your information with. And if you use it, it will make your presentation look like some professional has designed it, not a fresher or a student. It will give it a very rich and professional look. Make sure you put effort in learning them, because once you join on your job, you will have so much to learn and so much to work on. You'll not get time to enhance your side skills. I know I'm calling them side skills, but they are very important. So you'll not get time to enhance these skills, and people who already know these skills, they'll not spare their time to make you learn. I know in college we have this culture that everybody help each other, they share notes notes and we teach each other, help each other. That's not the case in corporate. So if somebody is really expert at something and that person knows that I am getting highlighted because of that, so he'll try to keep those skills with himself, so then you'll be in trouble. So that's the reason I'm encouraging you all to learn these skills, invest your time in these skills right when you are in college, because right now you have time and you have energy, you have resources, everything is available on the internet. You have to just show some willingness to learn. So guys, that was all for today's session. I really hope that you learn this skill set which I mentioned. Let me know how did you like it, and keep on watching more content on this channel. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.